welcome to a new vlog and trip report, and today we are traveling in Poland and the Czech Republic. We are going from Szklarska Poręba Górna to Liberec, and here on the map you can see our route today. We're starting at Szklarska Poręba Górna, where I arrived in the last video with the Liberec Impulse. Here we can see the station building, and we will now take a look at the arrival of my train today, which is a Regio Shuttle, and in the Czech Republic it's called the RegioSpider. For us it's a common train, we have seen it in multiple videos, but as you can see it has a different interior, at least with different seats. The basic layout is the same like in Germany, but we have a different seat model and we'll take a closer look at it now. I can tell you already now it's not the most comfortable seat. As you can see, they are quite thin. In a few videos we have seen a similar looking seat model which I liked a lot, but this one is the less comfortable and cheaper version of it. So as you can see, we also have this quite smart layout where you have some additional leg space if you spread the legs a little bit, but otherwise the seats themselves are quite hard and not that comfortable. But otherwise we have tables and movable armrests, and at the base of 4 we also have power sockets. For now we are in Poland. We are going from Szklarska Poręba Górna now to the highest point of the railway line that we saw in the last video. The highest point is at Szklarska Poręba Jakuszyce. We are starting at Szklarska Poręba Górna at an altitude of 709 meters, and the highest point of the railway line is at 886 meters, so we are gaining another 180 meters. And that means that we are also crossing the snow line. We can see now more and more snow on our way to the highest point of the line. And that's also quite good that there's a lot of snow, because at Szklarska Poręba Jakuszyce we have a skiing area which is used for cross-country skiing. Here we can see the highest point of the railway line and the station, which is looking pretty new, and that is because this railway line here is only in use since 2010, as it was not in use anymore. And since 2010 there are again trains to this station. In the beginning, after the reopening, trains from Poland were going here and ending here, but nowadays since 2015 there are the trains coming from Liberec in the Czech Republic going to Szklarska Poręba Górna. These trains are almost all operated by the RegioSpider, the Regio Shuttle of the České dráhy, the Czech railways. We are now going down again. We have traveled past the highest point of the railway line, and here we are reaching the station of Harrachov, which is also an important station with a quite interesting history, because now it's in the Czech Republic, but it used to be in Poland. And that is because the Czech Republic wanted to use the station Harrachov for the nearby city of Harrachov, because it's a city with a very important ski resort. We have just crossed the Isar viaduct, and now we are continuing on to the next stop of Korzynów. Korzynów is also important because it used to be the end of the line. Still, officially it's the end of the railway line. We are now continuing on the railway line Liberec-Korzynów. Here we can see the station. As I said, almost all trains here are operated by the RegioSpider, but still we can see some other trains here at the station that could also be used maybe for heritage trains and touristic trains, but usually you will always travel with the Regio Shuttle on that line here. And now we are on a very special railway line, as this section here between Korzynów and Tanwald is one of the last operational standard gauge rack railway lines in Europe, which can be used for friction and rack operation. That's quite unique Therefore, it's also under state protection as a cultural monument since 1992. In the Regio Shuttle, we are on the friction operation. It's not a reg railway, the Regio Shuttle or RegioSpider, but still it's pretty interesting to know. You didn't see anything of that from the train window, but still it's quite interesting. On our way from the highest point at 886 meters, we are now going down to 372 meters at Liberec, losing the most altitude, of course, on the reg railway part. But also the rest of the line is pretty scenic and interesting, and we are stopping at a few important stations. One of them we can see here is the station of Tanwald. Here in Tanwald we will get coupled with a second unit of the Regio Shuttle. Here you can see an oncoming train, also with 2 units, but usually only 1 unit is continuing on to Harrachov or further on. Here we also have a connection to Železný Brod, and this railway line can be used for trains going to Prague. And that's why we can see the former German class 628 here in the background. Those are trains of Arriva that are using the railway line you can see here to go to Praha, for example. But we are continuing on our railway line to Liberec, which is the end of my train today. And on our way there we have another important city, and that is Jablonec nad Nisou. And this city is interesting because from Jablonec nad Nisou on we have a tram line running parallel with us, and this tram already belongs to the tram of Liberec, so also quite interesting, hopefully part of an upcoming video in the future. Here we can see a beautiful sunset as it was getting slowly dark outside. And here we have yet another oncoming train, also consisting of 2 units of the RegioSpider. We're now getting closer and closer to Liberec. Here we can see the typical landscape that we are going through, and we will see the tram in a second. Here we can see a tram in the background. Here we have yet another oncoming train, and we are now heading for our final stop in Liberec. From Liberec on I took a Trilex train back to Germany, but as it was already dark outside there is no video about that train ride, so in the next video we will continue somewhere else. Here you can see when this next video will be uploaded and the name of the song. As always, I'd like to say thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to comment, like, subscribe or share the video link, and of course I hope to see you in my next video again.